Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Belinda. Beauties, today I'm going to be creating this Dollar Tree Farmhouse Plant Stand table. So if you want to see how I put this together, then please keep watching. But before that we get started, I'm just going to ask if you can please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also you'll click that bell icon, right there in the corner, so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. I'll be using one garden fence and two of these boxed wall decor. And I'll also be using this giant craft sticks, and these I purchased them at Walmart, but Dollar Tree does carry the larger craft sticks. And some wood stain, and I believe this is a dark walnut. This can is pretty old, so I really can't read the name. Some acrylic paint in the color granite gray and also white. Okay, so starting off this project, now the first thing that I'm going to do is cut off the garden stakes. I'm using some wire cutters, but you can use some scissors. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is paint the inside of the garden fence, and I'll be using my sponge paint brush. And all I'm doing is kind of bouncing the sponge around all the little crevices. Now I don't want it to be perfectly painted, I just want the white to show up. And this is how the inside looks once I've painted it. Now I'm going to turn it around and start doing the front side. For the front side, I'm going to use the same technique. I'm just going to bounce the brush here and there. I wanted to have the look of a weathered wrought iron. Because the garden fence already has that gray color, all I needed was the white, because the gray kind of comes through and just gives you that effect. And this is how it turned out. Now I'm going to put this aside and let the paint dry, and then I'm going to work on the table. Okay, so now for the tabletop, I'm going to join these two box wall decor, and I'm going to use some E6000 and some hot glue to join them together. Okay, so now that my garden fence is dry already, I'm going to join the two ends together. This is going to serve as the stand for my table, and I'm just placing it where I want it to be. As you can see, it has a board running down the center where both of the boxes met, and so what I'm doing now is just marking off with a marker where I want to kind of do an opening so that I can place the garden fence through there, if that makes sense. As you can see, there's already some openings because I had tried to do some and they weren't wide enough, so that's why now I'm having to go back and attempt it one more time. Okay, so I started to saw away, and it took quite a bit of time to get through this board, let me tell you. After all that work, my saw broke, as you can see right there. Okay, so in the end, I had to use a knife and my hammer just to chisel away the extra board that my saw didn't get to saw off. And here I'm just showing you how it turned out. With all that sawing, the middle board kind of came loose. So what I'm going to do is start adding some E6000 and super glue just to reinforce it. And then next I'm going to add some hot glue as well. But I'm going to just go ahead and start putting some hot glue everywhere I think that there needs to be some reinforcement. And here I'm just showing you how it looks with all the hot glue all around the corners and alongside of the board. Okay, so now I'm going to start working on the top part of the table, and I'm going to start adding the popsicle sticks. And basically what I'm going to do right now is just set them down and arrange them how I'm going to hot glue them. Okay, so next I'm going to cut all the edges of the popsicle sticks because I need the edges to have a straight line. Okay, so now I'm ready to start gluing my popsicle sticks, and here I'm just showing them to you. I used about 18 or so to cover the top of the table. Okay, so I started by hot gluing one popsicle stick, and then I would follow with the next one and then just offset it. And then I just continued with that same pattern until I was done. When I got to the edge, I did have to trim it some. Okay, so now the next thing that I did is start filling in the gaps. And so I just laid out the popsicle sticks where they needed to be, and then I cut off the edges. But before that I could cut them, I laid out a ruler straight across so that I could get a straight line. And then next what I did is cut them and then hot glue them, and I just repeated the process until I was done. I repeated the same steps to the opposite side. And this is how the tabletop turned out. On the sides, I just added the popsicle sticks alongside. Next, it was time to start adding the stain. I used a small paintbrush to fill in between the boards. Once I was done with it, I set it aside for a few hours to let the stain dry. Okay, now that the stain is dry, I'm ready now to start adding the gray paint onto it, and I'm just going to lightly brush it on. I want the table to look weathered, so that's why I'm doing this technique to give it that effect. And if I would see that I had put too much paint, I would wipe it down with a paper towel. And this is how it turned out once I was done with it. Okay, so now for the last step for this project, I'm just gonna now add the stand. So I'm gonna hot glue it and also add some E6000 for that permanent hold. And here I just want to show you how it looks with all the glue. I just want to tell you that I did put quite a bit of glue. Well, beauties, that is it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and also share. I'd really appreciate it. You have yourself a blessed day, and remember, love, laugh, and create. Until my next project, bye-bye, and God bless.